So this video is just going to kind of be like a sit down and talk kind of thing, just mainly concerning Call of Duty. I'm not even sure what I'm going to name this video, like along the lines of, I have no idea, but might have some like little FaZe episodes and stuff playing in the background every once in a while, or maybe the entire thing, I don't know, but so immediately right off the start, this is not a video where I'm going to be saying, oh, I'm quitting Call of Duty or something like that. It's just, I know that there have been people that, you know, are kind of worried about this whole thing since Apex is out and Fortnite and, you know, all the bad rap that, you know, Call of Duty's been getting right now just because they've been basically losing the battle. And I just wanted to make this video to basically just kind of level with everybody and talk about, you know, what I think about this whole thing and what should be done, or at least, you know, how things are. It's not even, I don't even think any of my suggestions that I'm gonna have are gonna like fix anything. Or ever since I started my YouTube channel, I have played Call of Duty. I would say 80 to 85% of my content on my channel, 1,000, 2,000 videos, I don't even know how many videos I have at this point, a huge percentage of them are Call of Duty. And now there's a typical, you know, Call of Duty cycle where everybody, you know, is really hyped about the game for a good period of time, and then eventually it just kind of slows down and it just never gets back to the point that it is. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of games that don't do that. Actually, I would argue most games' biggest moments are likely during their launch. Unless they have some incredible, you know, update and comeback, like Warframe, for example. Warframe was out for a while. It was popular, kind of died down after a while, but then they brought everything back up. They made a whole bunch of changes and stuff, and now the game is bigger than it ever was before. That, in my head, is what I think what happened with Warframe anyway. Feel free to, you know, correct me or whatever. But generally, there are not many games after they fall down, they don't usually recover. The only way that Call of Duty recovers each year, year in and year out, and I mean recover in quotes here, is by releasing a new game. And that's what brings their hype back. It's not so much that they make their game really much better, it's just that the new game comes out and people want to give it another chance because they want it to be as good as they hoped it would. Black Ops 4 started out incredibly strong. There's like so many people that I saw that were just like, you know, blowing up off of it. I had so many people that were, you know, were requesting all these different things and these videos on these different operators and operator mods and all these different guns and stuff. And they said that this was going to be the most updated Call of Duty of all time. And, you know, we're, what, 3-4 months in, 5 months or some shit like that at this point. And there really hasn't been anything like exponentially huge and updated about the whole thing. Like, even when Blackout's getting updated, I still don't even think Blackout gets updated enough. And I'm a multiplayer guy. Everybody knows I'm a multiplayer guy, and everybody knows how multiplayer has been neglected in comparison to other things. Now, David Vonderhaar, I don't know if he's specifically just with the Blackout team. I see people saying that he's just working on Blackout and we need to just, you know, fend for ourselves on multiplayer and hope that whoever the new guy is listening. No disrespect to that guy, but, you know, David Vonderhaar has been like the face of Treyarch games. We don't really know what direction they're going in anymore. And Black Ops 3, it was really strange because Black Ops 3 was having support throughout its whole, what, 3 years or whatever that it was going on. They were still updating the thing before Black Ops 4 came out. Now, when I say update, though, I'd argue that even those updates that they were putting out were definitely just not fast enough. I mean, at this point, as a player, as a gamer, as a content creator, as somebody that's just on the internet, in the gaming community, us as gamers and consumers are really, really demanding now. Like, we want updates. We want constant updates on a constant, consistent basis. Before, we would just kind of get fucked off. Like, no, it really didn't matter. Even, like, because people would still play the games, didn't really matter. Now people have other alternatives. They don't have just Call of Duty that they have to stick to. They have other games that they can play, the other BRs or other great games that are out there, Rainbow Six, shit like that. We have alternatives now in comparison to how it felt back then. So people are just dipping. They're just out, man, because they're just sick and tired of, you know, just the game, part of a AAA company that arguably has made more money than any other fucking company that is, you know, creating these FPSs anyway, or at least one of the biggest anyway. You would think that they would have updates much more often, and they just simply don't. Now, obviously, I'm not a developer. I don't know what goes into all this stuff, but I'm seeing it done on other games consistently, and just Call of Duty does not do that. It takes them a really long time to, you know, catch up, realize what these issues are, decide if they actually want to fix these issues, and then we sit around and hear these updates about coming soon and in 2 weeks, in a month, and shit like that. It's just not enough. And they also recycled, like, the easiest thing that they could do is just add cosmetics, right? The easiest thing you could do is just new cosmetics every week. 2 weeks, maybe. I would say anything anything longer than 2 weeks as far as updates go, just as simple as like cosmetics anyway, 2 weeks is the maximum that people seem to be, you know, waiting. They need to see new content on a consistent basis. Now, obviously, tall order, a lot to ask. I'm not even expecting Call of Duty to even care or listen about this kind of thing, but this is exactly why I'm making this video, because I don't know what kind of loops that these developers have to jump through in order to, I don't know, talk to the licensing guy to get it done across all platforms that they're on or something like that. Like, I don't know what goes into this whole thing. I heard about that whole thing over at Activision with, you know, people getting fired and stuff, and they said that they're going to be replacing those people that got fired with more developmental jobs, so they're able to pump out more content more quickly. But how long will that take? You know, how long will it take until that system is in place and then is putting out consistent quality content? It doesn't even need to be ridiculous map updates. It doesn't need to be a new map each and every single fucking, you know, 2 weeks or whatever. It doesn't need to be. But if they want to compete, that's the path they have to go down. They have to pump out equally enough content. If it's not enough, they need to update it at least close enough to keep up, because they're just getting crushed out here. This isn't even a video desperately asking them to fix shit. I love this game, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see it die, but they've been given so many fucking chances. There's not really much that I can do. Now, I mean, you can call me, I don't know, whatever those terms are for people that just sit there and continuously allow stupid shit to happen to them or whatever, and then they just continue just, you know, giving them money or whatever. My first Call of Duty experiences I remember are like Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1 on PlayStation 2. Just to give you an idea of how long I've been playing these games and how used to the fact that, you know, the way that they communicate and the way that updates come out and stuff. I mean, sure, they've been better than they have been, but it's just not enough in today's market. It's just not. I'm the type of guy that, honestly, if people would enjoy watching the game regardless of how many updates that there actually are on the game, I would continue playing it. But people, even viewers, are just sick and tired of not seeing anything new on these games, and there's only so much you can do as a content creator to continuously make something new and fresh on a game that doesn't get anything new or fresh. So when the viewers turn away from a certain game, the content creator, in a sense, has to turn away from the game somehow, some way, because, you know, they don't want their viewers to just sit there and constantly complain about the game that they're playing. I dealt with that for years, you know, when I played Call of Duty. Before, it was just the typical people that didn't like Call of Duty, but then actual games that were competing with it came out, and it's a valid argument at this point. It's not just blind hatred. It's straight up, this game is better, that's why I don't like watching Call of Duty anymore. Which is completely fair and understandable. It's not the content creator's fault, it's not the viewer's fault, it's the competition. It's everything, and the fact that that's just kind of what's happening. They're just kind of getting just destroyed, they're getting beat down, they're getting crushed in updates, they're getting crushed in viewership, they're getting crushed in just overall communication, just everything. They want to continue, you know, doing the things that they have been doing for I don't know how many years, fine. But if you guys actually want to compete, you gotta take some pages out of these other games' books and just be like, okay, how often do they update? Can we do that? Is that possible? No? Okay, let's push it back maybe one more week. That's about as much as I can give. I think within 2 weeks of watching something the same, people begin noticing that it's the same thing repeatedly, and they will get bored and they will look elsewhere. That's just how it goes with everything. Not even just video games. It's video games, it's TV shows, it's movies, everything. Everything moves so fast under social media and all this other shit. People get tired of things very, very quickly. Things are appreciated for a few days, and then, you know, they're looking for the next, you know, step. And that's how they need to be thinking at all times. What's the next step? Not, okay, we did it now, stop crying. That's just what it feels like a lot of the time whenever things were fixed. Do I think even if they updated Black Ops 4 to, quote, perfection, would it be more fun than old games like MW2? Probably not, just because you can't compete with the whole nostalgia deal. I love Modern Warfare 2, I love all these old games, but a lot of them are broken as fuck. And if they were out today, with the way that they do updates, they might get crushed anyway. Regardless of how great we think those games are, they just don't keep up anymore. So it's up to Call of Duty, obviously, the developers and Activision and everybody to work together to put updates out more often, more communication. There was a whole bunch of communication at the start, and then it just kind of went, you know, radio silent once a lot of complaints started coming through. I don't really have any fixes other than the suggestions of just, you know, there's got to be more communication, more updates, and it's just, it seems like really typical, easy, straightforward shit, but there's got to be something going on in the background that makes it this way. I have a hard time believing that they're just sitting there reading it and then just doing nothing about it. I feel like there's some obstacles or something that they have to jump through that doesn't allow them to do everything that they need to do. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because I love this series. I love the entire franchise. I've created my entire YouTube channel based off of it, although obviously at this point people would consider me just playing whatever the fuck at this point. But it's really sad to see where the series has gone. So I love the game. I don't want it to die. I don't hate Call of Duty. I'm simply just not posting it because my subscribers are just, you know, they're bored with it. It's just, it is what it is. I post things that people want to see. I mean, shit, I have a whole series based on people's suggestions and me just doing dumb shit. Yeah, I feel like if I just keep going on, I'm just gonna keep repeating the same thing. TLDR, Call of Duty is getting blown out of the fucking water. Content creators don't even want to make anything on the game because viewers don't want to see it anymore. And even if the content creator still loves the game and tries to play the game all the time, there's still no updates for them to show anything new and fresh to their audience to kind of be like, hey, there are updates that are happening on this game, you know? Come and check it out. It's just not happening. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Any of you developers out there, if you're seeing this, obviously this is a much more calm approach to me talking about fixing things as opposed to back in the Black Ops 2 days. Those rant videos were pretty bad. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My most recent videos are popping up on the screen here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and yeah, it's with Jev, guys. Later. Pussy in my